So, okay, babe, we
What?
got a message. I got a message.
Huh.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
See, he always starting. Okay, so I got a message. Rocky.
Something. Got to be starting something.
Oh my God. Anyway, so
Right.
I got a message from a woman. She was just asking me. At first she titled subject the message as, "Would you allow your man to have a female secretary?"
I see where you're going with this.
And so I was like, oh, okay. So I wanted to read more into what she was saying. So she was saying her and her husband had started a business.
Okay.
But she still works full time.
Okay.
And they started a business on the side, and they got like 3 employees. And, she was doing like payroll, pretty much a lot of the secretarial work and stuff, but she was tired of doing it. She didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
So they both agreed to hire a secretary. Well, she wasn't there whenever they were hiring a secretary there. So
they had an interview process, but he had an interview process.
He had an interview process, but she was on FaceTime.
Okay.
FaceTiming, but she said what she saw on FaceTime was just a plain Jane girl. Like somebody just plain, slender, and that's it.
Was a picture, it was an image of a picture, or was it
It was a woman. The young woman, because she's in her late 20s.
Right.
A young woman. She just looked kind of plain. She was cool with it. She was like, okay, yeah, let's hire her.
Right.
Meaning they both agreed to hire this young woman.
Okay.
She's like, so then whenever she come into work, she didn't look like that.
She all jazzed up.
She got lashes. She actually got hips and some thighs. She got makeup on.
Because she's coming to work. You want to present yourself right.
Don't put your foot in your mouth.
I'm not. I'm just telling you. I'm responding to what you're saying.
Okay, right.
So far, you can't be mad at her wanting to come to work dressed to impress.
Right. So this is how she describing her. So then she was just like, and now, she was like, she's taking on the payroll work and she's doing a lot of good things with the accounting and stuff.
Okay.
But she noticed that when she started to come into work, her husband would be eyeballing her when she walks by.
Okay.
So I had to, and we had a conversation back and forth. So I'm going to tell you what I asked her after I tell you everything that I read.
All right, hold that. So we finna get into this bad boy. So this is.
This is the beginning. I thought we
should you hire?
Oh, sorry.
Should you hire a female assistant?
Should your man hire a female assistant?
That's the title of this
or
episode.
Or your spouse?
Should your man hire a female assistant?
Bye. Okay, back to what I was saying. So after she noticed the girl was there, she come into, to their place of business. She noticed, whenever her and her husband was in there talking, she felt like he was eyeballing her when she would walk around the office or whatever she was doing.
Okay.
Then she would come in and she seen them having lunch and they were laughing.
Okay.
As they were having lunch, they were talking and laughing, and she was just like, I don't want to say anything to her. She didn't want to say anything to her husband because she felt like he would tell her she's just trying to be controlling and she's
insecure.
Insecure. And she was like, and I just want to sit and think, but I don't think that's it. Do you think I'm kind of overthinking this, overreacting? Should I say something to him or not? So then I had to ask her. I was like, so I said, first of all, when you go to work, most people, anybody that has especially their first day of work, I was like, personally, I know I would go to an interview dressed nice as well.
The interview.
Right. I will also go to my first day, especially my first day of work, dressed nice as well, because I want to bring in, I want you to know that
first impression.
Right. I have a really good first impression. I said, plus she's a secretary, so she's probably like the first thing you're going to see when she comes into y'all's business. You want somebody to look professional, and that is a looker. You don't want nobody, because I've been places where a girl with her mouth, she had rotten teeth in the front and she smiled. Her hair was never combed. I didn't understand why they had her at the front. She's sweetest thing.
That's why, because she's sweet.
Sweet as pie. But I couldn't even sit there and have a whole conversation like, never mind. And needless to say, she wasn't there long. But you're not going to keep a job when you look a mess. Like, that's the point I'm making. You got to. And if you're a secretary and you're the first face that you see, because why do you go to restaurants? And I said, when you go to restaurants, you see hostesses. Most of the time, they're pretty.
Right.
You don't see too many hostesses, especially at nice, Rocky. especially at nice restaurants, right?
Every now and then.
Especially at nice restaurants. Most of the hostess and stuff, they are very presentable and they look very cute.
Absolutely.
Beautiful women up front, which I would expect.
Right.
So I said that, and then I was like, when you say he's eyeballing her, is he eyeballing her, like looking at, like gawking over her, or is he just like watching to see if she got something where she took something too because he told her to take something over there to a certain part? Because I don't know what they do. I forgot to ask that part.
But see, the word gawking is a very important, is how he's looking at her.
And then I had the other question that I had asked her was, okay, and then when they're at lunch having this conversation, I mean, are they sitting across from each other and just having a conversation and laughing? Or like, is it like they next to each other and they kind of touching, thighs is touching, hands?
Is it a little hand touchy?
Right.
You silly.
Right. What is it? What?
That little stuff.
Oh my God, here he goes. The reason why he say that because he thinks I do that.
He used to do that.
Okay, we're talking about me right now. Anyway, so.
Ooh, she used to be a handsy, touchy, Philly person, boy.
But I never meant anything by it.
Every now and then it come back every now and then, but
and again, I don't
bad.
Again, but I've never meant anything by it. Like until he made a point, he's like, men can take it the wrong way. Okay, but I just didn't think they could. Like I didn't know.
Listen, man, as a man, when another woman is touching me, what about the lady that rubbed her hand on my forehead?
No,
on my head.
Okay. First of all, she rubbed your head.
But it's just it was a homie type deal.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. She went up to you at the DJ booth while you DJing, and you knew the shit was wrong. Cause as she's sitting up there, she gonna say, "Ooh, Rock-T, you cut your hair." Ooh, Rock-T. And here he go. If y'all can see me, he ducking because he see me over there. He ducking his head. What you doing? Oh, I didn't know he don't have his braids anymore. You ain't got to touch his head.
She came up to the
sure did. And let her know you ain't got to touch his head like that. Don't touch his head. Why you laughing? I do that shit again too. Don't touch his head. You don't rub no man's head like that. What the hell wrong with you?
I didn't mean to derail the situation. Go ahead.
Did. Shit, I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah. We talking about the touchy feely stuff.
Right.
I had asked
so
they were laughing. They were happy.
Right.
Yeah.
I asked her how were they laughing and having lunch at the time.
Right.
And so she responds and she was just like, okay, you know what? I didn't think of it like that, but you're right. She should come dressed to work presentable, but why not look like that at your interview if you ain't gonna look like that the first day of work? And then she was like, and I feel like because she's showing off her body figure.
Okay.
And then she was just like, I don't know if he was gawking at her. I wouldn't say gawking because, of course, I'm there, so he's not going to gawk at no woman like that. But I just feel like he was looking too long. Then she said that, well, when they was eating lunch, I mean, yeah, they was just having a conversation. He was at one end of the table. She was on the opposite end of the table, and they were just talking and laughing and had a little conversation.
Okay.
I said, so how was the lunch? She was like, because they got a camera, because she said they got a camera. She said they was there about maybe 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
So I was
that's about an average amount of time to have lunch.
Like that's a quick lunch. I would say that's a real quick lunch. So I was like, I'm not trying to be funny, but to me, you sound like you're jealous. You sound like you're jealous and you're a little bit insecure about him being around another beautiful woman.
Oh, ooh. See, you said it right. Another beautiful woman. Not just another woman.
That's what it is. She's beautiful or she's pretty because everything that you're telling me, you're describing her instead of just saying this woman, this young woman. You're describing about how she got these lashes, she's got this body type, her body type, and she's just really wearing clothes to fit her figure, which she should.
With the hips.
Right.
Because you can have hips and still be built like a bowling pin.
Rocky. God. Why? Why? Why?
I'm right, Garrett? Think about how a bowling pin is shaped. You got hips and then you got a little small head at the top. Go ahead.
Hold on, babe. You made me mess up.
Oh, man. So yeah.
Rocky.
Okay,
stop. So I was like, because you're describing this woman's body type,
right,
and you're talking about her wearing these lashes. To me, it sounds like you're just jealous and you're a little insecure about him being around another beautiful woman. Oh, that was another thing. She's like, and then, I usually bring in, I don't know what she named it. I'm just going to call it cups or something for the office. She was like, she comes in and she was like, well, I already got that covered because he told me to take care of it.
She's an assistant.
And she was like, oh, and that was another thing. Some of the other people saying that she seems like she's a bit bossy in the office. Well, if she's a secretary and she's supposed to make sure everything is running appropriately in the office, she is supposed to be a boss.
You want a bossy type secretary.
Right. I said, and that's another thing that I hate a lot of us women that we get, because when a man is a boss, y'all just say what he said because he's the boss.
Right.
You're not saying he's bossy.
Right.
You're just saying he's the boss. That's what the boss said. But when a woman's saying, oh, she just being bossy, she thinks she know everything and she a bitch.
Let's
just be real.
There's a difference.
That's what you're trying to say about her. But she's just being a boss. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. Now, you're bothered because your husband gave her a duty to do, and she's fulfilling those duties. So she's not only fulfilling doing the payroll and the secretary work and getting the cups, but you also bother because she's pretty.
Yeah, there you go.
And to me, it's like, it's more so you and your husband would tell you. And it's like, I don't know if you having a control issue. This might be a control issue, but what I see and what I'm hearing, well, what you're saying is that you're insecure about him being around another beautiful woman.
Here's something that I haven't heard you mention yet. Has the woman, the secretary, the assistant, has she done anything inappropriate towards her husband? Is she flirting? Is she looking at him a certain way? Is she gawking over him? I get she's dressed nice. She looks nice, whatever, but is she doing anything extra? And if she can't say, well, no, she's not, then she's insecure. She's jealous.
Right. So then she asked me, so how would you feel about your husband having working with a woman, having a woman as a secretary? I said, well, I'm glad that you asked. I was like, because my husband works with nothing but women.
Whole staff is women.
A whole staff are women. And I was like, and I'm okay with it. And they must, her next response, they must be ugly.
Oh, that's so disrespectful.
And so I was like, and I said, I'm actually a little offended that you said that. I said, because that is not it.
Absolutely.
That's not it. These are all beautiful women that just so happen to work with my husband, with him, for him, and they have done great things for our business.
Absolutely.
Period. I was like, I'm very secure with who I am as a woman and as his wife to know that I don't have anything to worry about. And if I did, those women couldn't stop him from doing something. I couldn't stop him from doing anything. If my husband's going to cheat, he's going to cheat because he wants to cheat. There's nothing I could do to stop him.
Right. That's
any man, that's any woman, that's any person.
And every woman that's on our team, they always dress to impress most of the time.
Oh, yeah. Makeup. They got the latest fashions on. Nails is done.
Everything.
Cute. I mean, beautiful women. They are beautiful women. And not once do I feel, what word I'm trying to say?
Intimidated,
yeah,
insecure.
Intimidated by them. I've never felt intimidated by any of them. One, because they're always very respectful.
Right.
When it comes to our relationship.
Yep.
And then, two, my husband makes it very clear that I'm him.
Come on
I'm
now.
His woman. I am it. Don't even, like, I just think everybody already gets the hint that he has a wife that he truly loves.
Absolutely.
So, and that's why I was like asking her, so you're saying that your husband don't do the same for you, but you're not giving me enough information for me to be like, I feel like you want me to just be on your side.
Come on now. Ooh, I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because sometimes when people, it's both, it's not just women, it's men too. When they want people to get on their side so much, they'll twist the story a little bit.
Right.
They'll exaggerate the story a little bit. They won't tell the whole truth. You know, because once again, it goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Is this assistant, is she gawking at the husband? Is she flirting with the husband?
And I don't know.
And that would have been, if she was, babe, that would have been the first thing she said.
You're right.
You know it would have been the first thing she said.
You're right. And so,
why am I getting mad?
I don't know.
I just got mad for like 3 seconds.
You really did, like real hot. But so that's the reason why I think she wants me to be on her side. But I also think too, if it's gonna be that big of an issue, why even allow him to hire the secretary?
Well, she didn't think that she was gonna be coming to work looking like that. That wasn't the same woman that she saw during the interview.
But even then, like, I feel like, to me, this is just me talking, I think even if she did look like that, she still would have had a problem.
You talking about if she just came in looking plain Jane normal?
Yeah, still think she would have had a problem. Because you're finding everything for it to be wrong. You're mad because she's handling stuff and the office is being ran great without you.
Right.
And your husband's telling you she made a comment about he always says that I'm a control freak.
Ah.
So I peep what she says. They say a lot of things. If you pay attention to what people say, they tell on themselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like it doesn't matter who it would have been. She still would have had a problem, especially if they were very efficient of what they're doing.
So here we go. If she's a control freak, according to the husband,
right,
she's used to being in control of everything.
Right.
So now you bring this assistant in who's doing an amazing job at controlling what assistants do.
Right.
What secretaries do.
Right.
What is their job title? You put what do you need done?
Right.
You tell your assistant, you tell the secretary, and she's going to get it done.
Yep.
Whether she does it herself or whether she makes phone calls or
exactly.
But the point is, they're going to get it done.
Yep.
But obviously, the wife is used to doing all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So now it's starting to mess with her a little bit. And oh, by the way, she happens to look good.
And that's what I'm saying. Like her husband said, that's why she won't say anything to him. She wants to know she should address him. I was like, to me, I don't think it's anything to address for him. If anything, to address yourself.
Ooh.
Look at yourself.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah, I said you got to look into yourself to see what you're dealing with.
Did she receive it?
I don't know. Because she didn't respond after that.
She didn't receive it then.
Oh.
She didn't receive it. Because you just told her about herself.
Like,
but you was real and honest, and
right,
that's good.
You got to look into yourself. You got to look to see, like, maybe it's me. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the day, if it's really that big of a deal, maybe you need to talk with your husband, and maybe you should talk about maybe getting back into being your full-time job.
Right.
And leave your regular job, because you're not able to do both, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not secure enough for somebody else to be there, because whether the girl was beautiful or not, he gawking her or not, you still got an issue because she's running that business good without you there.
So here's where the double-edged sword comes into play. They obviously found a great assistant.
Right.
And she happened to look very good. So if you fired her to go get another assistant that may not be as attractive as she is, but she may not be as good of a worker as this one.
Right.
So are you willing to lose productivity?
I told her she needs to start working there. If the solution to me would be her starting to work there or work with herself, work with who she is. Because you can bring somebody else there and it's still going to be an issue. Come
on now, you don't find something.
Right. There's going to still be another issue because she likes to control things.
Right.
And she's saying that everybody's coming to her talking about the girl's bossy. Well, is work getting, that's why I told her, work is getting done, but she's bossy.
I love it.
Like, I'm confused on what you mean.
If I'm the boss, right, and I hire a good assistant who's bossy.
Exactly.
Got the boss criteria, got the boss tangibles. I like that, because now I can tell my assistant, here's what I need done. And I ain't got to worry about it because I know it's going to get done.
Right. And then the way she looks should not be the first thing you talk about. And if anything, the way she look is what you want. That's the first thing most people look at when you have people come into your company. When you go into corporate America, you can't come in there looking like with your sweats on and expect them to hire you.
Come on, man. That's why our staff is always laid, grade, and down to the shade. That didn't make no sense, but I just want to say it.
I was like, what? But
you know what I'm talking about, though, Jack.
But again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you having females as your work staff. And then, we actually have an ongoing joke with when Stomp Wars come around that you have a Stomp Wars wife. And I know some people be like, well, take that wrong. They're like, wait, you don't take that. I've been asked that. Like, that don't bother you? I was like, not one bit. Like, again, I understand who I am and what I am to my husband. Mm-hmm. She's just more, she has to talk to him more. She's on the phone with him all the time, making sure the teams are in order. He's approving everything because he has the final say of everything that goes on when it comes to Stomp Wars. So she has to make sure he is okay. She has to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. And also make sure when I'm talking to them that I have to talk to you.
Right. I'm about to say that I'm there.
Her nickname out of this whole hierarchy is upper management. I gotta get with upper management. And they all know who upper management is Krystal. So it's all about how you set up your situation. And if the husband is doing everything he possibly can to make her feel comfortable like I made you feel comfortable.
I feel like he glad she out the workplace and he got this assistant. He can get some stuff done because his wife do too much.
Right.
That's what it seemed like to me. And then she just don't like the fact that he is able to run this business of theirs on his own without her being all up in it trying to control everything.
But they still got to fix it.
Because now he can really work.
They got to fix it, though.
I agree. They need to. But I'm just saying what I think he's feeling.
Right.
Like, it's just the obvious to me. So, I don't know. Yes, I do think men can have a female secretary. There is a way to do it. You need to respect your wife and have set boundaries. But there's nothing wrong with having a secretary as a female secretary.
Absolutely.
Oh, but Beyonce wasn't for that on that movie Obsessed. Remember when she was
Now they were flirting with each other. They had a little thing going on. That was different.
Well, because you know how they started. You know how they got together because she was his secretary, and then he ended up marrying her and getting her pregnant and everything, and then he got the gay man as his secretary. So then he was out because he was sick, so he got a temp agent, and then that female came in there. She tried to start flirting with him, so Beyonce said, no, not today. When she said, when is Tim coming back? When he gonna be back next week? Okay, he better be back next week. That's what Beyonce said. So if it's doing that, then do the Beyonce. Check that and get you Gary over here.
My point is she flirting with the husband?
She was flirting with the husband. She was in the wrong.
Right.
So you check that shit and you exit her out and then you move on to the next.
So if this real life receptionist and secretary is not flirting with the husband, then you know.
Right, but I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. But if it's one of them, then do that. But that's it. Okay, so I know it's about to be the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everything. Y'all be safe out there. Don't be drinking and driving. Stay in your house if you're gonna be drinking or wherever you are, or Uber wherever you need to go.
Message.
But enjoy the holidays. These are special moments.
It sure is. I can't wait. It's look at that smile. Yeah. She turned into a kid all over again.
I sure do. I love Christmas.
I love it, man. So let's get ready, man. Make sure you continue to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you for all the downloads, all the subscriptions, and all of the 5-star reviews. Make sure you continue to follow the YouTube channel and all social media platforms at The Perfect Pair Podcast. We got another big announcement coming up at the top of the new year.
Yay.
Get ready, y'all. It's going down.
Bye.
Deuces. Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, billy goats and girls and bats and everything else.
Why do you do that? Just say ladies and gentlemen or just say hi. We are here to tell you guys where to subscribe.
Why are you talking like that? You don't even talk like that. Talk
I know,
yourself.
because I'm waiting for you. Okay.
Subscribe.
Okay. Subscribe. Please listen. You will not be sorry.
Did you just fart?
No. That's your breath. Oh.
Oh, comeback time.
Bye.